In this scoliosis-friendly workout, we're doing another yoga-inspired movement routine, and we're focusing on single leg balances like the dancer's pose, and I'll talk about some ways to modify those movements to be friendly for people with scoliosis, kyphosis, and spinal fusion. So grab your mat, some water, and join me. Begin standing at the top of your mat. We're doing some breathing in standing. Make sure that your feet are together, equal weight through the ball of your big toe, the ball of your baby toe, and the middle of your heel. From here, extending your fingertips down towards the floor and thinking about floating your head up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Lots of strength here. Exhale. Good, let's do an arm sweep with an inhale, mini squat, reach overhead, in. Exhale, sweep your arms down. 2 more times. When you reach overhead, make sure you're not arching your back. Keep your rib cage controlled, in. And exhale. 1 more time, in. And exhale. Good, we're moving into a sun salutation. So from here, we're inhaling, sweeping our arms to reach again. Then we're going into dive to a forward fold. Now the modification here for scoliosis is that we're not folding all the way down into a forward fold. We're going to hinge at the hip, keep your spine nice and neutral, and only lean as far as you can until you get a stretch in your hamstrings. Allow your fingertips to reach to the floor. From here, hands on your shins, press to do a little bit of a lift. So this is that halfway lift. Exhale, hinge again, but again, keeping your back nice and straight. From here, bend your knees, place your hands on the floor, and step 1 foot back at a time. We can go down to our knees to start. Slowly lower down. In this position, instead of doing an upward dog or a cobra, I want you to think about activating your core to hover your belly button a little bit lighter on the mat and only hover your hands so that we're not doing too much extension in your spine. Think about reaching your head away from your toes. Lower down. Tuck your toes under. You can press up onto your knees first and then reach your pelvis back into our first downward dog. You may need to adjust where your hands are or your feet, and you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Think about sending your pelvis up and back, lots of length in the spine. Breathe here. Lean forward into a high plank, slowly crawl those feet up towards your hands so that you're in a crouch position, and then sweep your arms to press up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, arms down by the side. We're gonna do that 2 more times, moving through all the movements in sun salutation with those slight modifications for scoliosis. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, hinge to forward, fold, but keep your back nice and straight, so don't go as far as you think you could. Hands on shin, press to lengthen your spine and lift a little, and then hinge a bit further. Hands on the floor, stepping back into high plank or plank on your knees. Slowly lower down to the floor. Hovering your belly button and then hover your hands. Reach the head away from the toes. Hands down. Tuck your toes, press back into another downward dog. This time you can cycle your heels, lifting, pedaling your legs out to get a bit of a calf stretch. Always really grounding your fingers and your hands into the mat, reaching the pelvis up. Lean forward into a high plank and slowly walk your feet back up to your hands. Pressing down to sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands lower by your side. Reset. 1 more time of that whole flow. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, forward fold, keeping the spine nice and neutral. Hands on your shins to halfway lift. A little bit more of a hip hinge. Make sure you keep those shoulders tucked into the sockets. Don't let them totally collapse, because then that could make your spine go into a more curved position. Hands on the floor, step back into high plank. Your choice to move down to the floor through high plank or low plank. Activating your core, hovering your hands off of the floor. Placing your hands down, tuck your toes, press back into another downward dog. Really imagining here that you're breathing into your armpits to open your shoulders up and really reach your pelvis up and back. One more breath. Shift into high plank and then slowly walk your feet up to a crouch position. Big press, sweep overhead, and arms down by your side. Now we're moving into our single leg stance series. So we're gonna do 3 movements. The first movement will go from a chair pose into more of like a lunge position, just to warm up that single leg. Then we're moving into a dancer's pose. So the typical dancer's pose in yoga that you might see is where it's really a back bend position. But if you have scoliosis, Scheuermann's kyphosis, or you've had spinal fusion, you may not want to move into that full back extension. So here's the modification. You'll bring your heel towards your bum, and then instead of lifting and arching through your back, we're going to be trying to hinge in your standing leg so that your back still stays nice and supported through this lower back area. And really the stretch is coming more so through the quadricep on that side. So we'll do a few breaths there, and then we'll swing the leg through into a single leg stance position here, where if you want to stay like that, if you need some help with balance, you can either hold onto a chair or keep your foot on the floor, or you can hold it in this position, or you can actually grab your big toe and see if you can balance in this position. So a few different options there. Then we'll repeat that whole series on the next side, okay? So here we go. With your feet together, lowering down into a chair pose, sending your sit bones back, weight in your heels, floating those arms up beside your ears. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep that left foot back just to reach your left toe backward. Most of the weight is still on your right side. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Good, just warming up the muscles on that side one more time. And exhale. Good, come back into your standing position. From here, hover that left foot up towards your bum and hold onto your ankle. Find a spot to look at. This is the tricky part. From here, keep your lower back really open and start to tilt your whole body forward using your right hip until you feel a stretch in your quadricep muscle, but trying not to go into a full back bend. So I feel this more so in my quadricep. You can unlock your knee on that side. Holding here, if you need more of a stretch, use your left hand to pull your left heel towards your hips. Breathe. Okay, slowly release that foot. Swing it through. And again, you have 3 difficulty levels. You can keep your toe on the ground or hover your knee here and hold. Or you can take your left fingers and grab onto your left big toe and see if you can extend that foot forward, staying really tall. 2 breaths, focusing on expanding your ribs, balancing and staying really tall. Slowly release that foot back to the start position and rest. If you're like me, your standing leg is the most tired, so make sure that you shake that leg out. And we're gonna repeat with the other side. Okay, let's move into our chair position again. Lowering those sit bones back, floating the arms up. Lots of space in your back, keeping your neck long. Rib cage controlled in the front. And we're reaching those right toes back. Most of your weight is still in your left foot. Hold and breathe here. Feeling the heat build on the left side. One more breath. Good, press into standing. Slowly bring your right foot towards your right side of your pelvis. Floating the arm up and tilting your whole body forward without going into too much of a back bend. From here, the focus is lots of space in your spine and really focusing on bringing your heel towards your bum so you get a quadricep stretch. One more breath here. A gentle pull of the heel towards the bum for a little bit more intense of a stretch. Good, slowly release that foot. We're swinging it straight through into our next single leg balance. So again, choosing to hold onto your knee and just practicing balancing here, keeping that active, your standing leg, your hip really active on that side, because in scoliosis, sometimes the tendency is to, for your pelvis to shoot out to one side. So really try and keep yourself as active and lengthened as possible. Or again, if you want, holding your toes with your fingers into this more advanced single leg balance. Hold here for 2 more breaths. One more breath here. Slowly releasing that foot back to our start position, shaking out your standing leg, and meet me back at the top of your mat. Closing your eyes, we just have 3 breaths here to close the practice. Fingertips reaching towards the floor. We're staying still and strong. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Focus on opening your rib cage side to side and front to back. And exhale. Last one. Flutter your eyes open and thank your body for the work that it did today. We have a membership community where members can get special workout challenges, extended ad-free workouts, and chances to dive deep into your questions with custom Q&A videos. I hope you join our community here at the ScoliClinic Connect, and I can't wait to show you more.